Hello, Papa and Nyonya. We have good news this month, and we have our guest here, Melissa, Director of National Heritage Board, and Mingmin and Satha. And then, of course, you all know Philip, General Committee. Would you, Melissa, want to start telling us the good news?
Sure. Thanks very much, Genevieve, for inviting the National Heritage Board back to share the good news, like you mentioned, about the multinational nomination of the kebaya to the UNESCO Representative List of Intangible Cultural Heritage of Humanity. You might be wondering why the kebaya was chosen by these 5 countries: Brunei, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, and Thailand, to submit for the inscription method. First and foremost, I'm sure we all agree that it's because the kebaya itself is beautiful, and it's truly representative. It's a celebration of our shared cultural heritage in the region across the different countries. It promotes cross-cultural understanding among the nations that were involved, and it's also still practiced today and worn today by many of the different countries across
the younger generation.
Exactly. And I'm sure, you yourself, Peggy, were very much involved in the nomination process, which took place over several months and in multiple countries in Malaysia as well as in Indonesia. I will invite my colleague Satha to share a bit more about that process. But first and foremost, I simply want to thank our members of the community for their strong support of this nomination. We consulted with many of you, including TPAS, and we're very grateful that this nomination effort has been so well supported by everyone. Satha, would you like to share a bit more about the process of the leading up to the submission of the nomination?
So, in addition to meetings and focus group discussions that we had, we also had 2 multinational workshops, one in Port Dickson and another in Jakarta, where officials and members of the community from the submitting states came together to discuss the nomination form, to make edits to the nomination form. Genevieve, you were there for the one at Port Dickson, and it's 12 hours long each day,
I
going
know,
through the
hard
workshop.
work.
Yeah.
It's morning 8:30
Yes.
to 10:30.
So it was everyone coming together. It was a very robust discussion that we all had. You can feel the practitioners and the community members' passion in wanting to ensure that the form that we submit really captures all the information that is necessary. I think one of the biggest takeaways I had from the workshop was that spontaneous recitation of pantun. Genevieve, if you remember,
yes.
where a community member from Singapore and from Malaysia exchanged pantun with each other in appreciation for the kebaya and the countries coming together.
Yes.
I think to me that was a very endearing show of kinship and the bonds that we formed through the 2 workshops.
I believe that some of these were also submitted as part of evidence of the community support, because that's what the UNESCO evaluation panel tends to look out for. And so we're very excited about what the outcome of the nomination will be.
Yes.
We're looking forward to the results to be out by the end of 2024. In the meantime, we still have quite a number of programs that have been organized both by NHB as well as by members of the community. I wonder if, and some of them we hope will actually attract more younger Singaporeans to be interested in the kebaya, learn and understand how the kebaya can be. So also part and parcel of their day-to-day lives, things that they can care about.
The one that's going on is in National Museum.
Yes. So with this National Museum, we have our travelling exhibition. So I think you may have heard or seen recently. This exhibition is called The Kebaya, and this travelling exhibition showcases 6 beautiful kebayas that were made by our very own local practitioners and makers, and they showcase this variety of kebayas styles, the different fabric styles, also the colors of kebaya. And in this exhibition, we also have many contributions, photos, and then content and stories that the community had shared with us. We were very thankful that the community was so supportive. They are always helping us, giving us so much insight and personal stories of kebaya that really hold dear to our hearts, and we can really see through in our travel exhibition. So besides this exhibition, we also have social media campaign. It started in February earlier this year, and this social media campaign also features some of our community members. They share their photos, their stories, their personal insights, what kebaya means to them, what wearing kebaya makes them feel. And we also have members of the public. They send in their photos, they share their personal stories. We got a lot of participation and interest from the public to learn more about kebaya, and we can really see it through this social media campaign.
Yes, that's very good. So the next destination, would you be able to share after National Museum? Where would you go?
So after National Museum, it's currently in the museum now. It's going to end in 24th April. And after that, we'll be going to the Garden by the Bay. And then after that, we're going to our Japanese Hub. So we are going to the heartlands, and we are trying to reach out to all Singaporeans and come and visit our exhibition. And we really hope that you will come and visit and enjoy our exhibition. You also check out our social media platforms to read more about kebaya, and also look at the communities who have been featured, and show your support for the nomination, and also for our love of kebaya through this social media campaign.
I think that, at the end of the day, I just wanted to add that the reason why we put in all this effort, put in a nomination to hold some of these engagement programs, the exhibitions, bringing out to different parts of Singapore. What we hope to do is really to create opportunities for more conversations among the generations between, mother, grandmother, and daughter, and as the family as a whole. Many men remember their mothers and grandmothers putting on the kebaya, and we want to be able to spark more such conversations through this exhibition, and make Singaporeans feel proud, that they have something that's so rich and so symbolic as an important part of our identities that's shared across so many different communities, from the Peranakans, Indonesians, and Malay communities as well. And I think at the end of the day, that's really what we hope to achieve with some of these programs that are coming up, and we really hope that members of TPAS will come and support this effort as well.
Sure. And thank you very much for sharing. And Philip, I think you want to mention about our next event or coming event.
Yeah, definitely. I think, hi, Nyonya, I'm Philip. I think I have some good news for everybody, because all our members have been, over the past few years, especially COVID period, staying at home, they are not able to come out in Jolly. And TPAS have been organizing Malam Jolly practically every year. So starting this year, we're going to start it again, the Malam Jolly, for new members to enjoy yourself. Now we're going to have this event, we'll call it Friday Night Fever. I hope you all come and enjoy it. Yes, it's a Saturday Night Fever, you all remember that. But we're going to have it on Friday Night Fever. And hope we have a local John Travolta in Singapore, really. Okay, now the date will be on July 14th. We're holding on July 14th, and we will be out at Summer Garden and Safra Mount Faber. So do remember, July 14th this year at Mount Faber, Safra Mount Faber. Right? We will be posting the EDM with the details for the function on our Facebook website, Peranakan website. So please look for details from there, how you can acquire the tickets. we are charging, trying to keep the cost as low as possible. It will be $88 per day. Right? I encourage you all, maybe you like to with your friends, you book a table, it's easier. You can be together, you will have live band, prizes for everybody. I mean, of course, if you get more prizes, we have more prizes for everybody. Hopefully, we have best John Travolta or gentlemen for the night, and even for the ladies, the best Jeff Martin Tour, right? Or even John the equivalent. And hope you can see all of you on that night. So do make a date, and our number of tables are limited. So do watch out for it. Try and put this video out. So hope to see all of you there. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Philip. Before we say goodbye, just want to announce that our first digital magazine is coming out soon. We will inform nearer to the date. Thank you. Bye-bye.